Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we are talking a little bit more about the Bali Plus Orca V2 and a few of my thoughts after living with it for a little bit. I've given it a little bit of a tune. Tuning is a bit difficult on this guy. Because the washers aren't crazy smooth. Please excuse my dog. Yeah, the washers could be a little better, and they are thick, so you can't just swap stainless ones in, which is a bit sad. But overall, how have I been finding flipping this guy? One, the black has been slowly but surely growing on me a little bit, but I still prefer the polish. I'm not the biggest fan of like this texture, this like matte stone washy texture in the hands. I just prefer like a polish grip, even though this is technically grippier. And so overall, have I been flipping this a ton? Yes and no. You have to see how is it flipping, and how does it stack up against other balis that I have. I mean, it's an absolute stunning balisong. Like, this thing is, it looks fantastic. It's definitely Bali Plus's best work when it comes to making a balisong. Perhaps with the Tsunami up there as well. That's definitely up there in terms of aesthetically appealing balisongs, because apologies for the low light conditions, but I mean, you can see like this. I mean, it's just stunning. I mean, it sounds pretty good as well. I like the ring. It's pretty bouncy. And overall, I would say I am actually quite a fan. I think the balance is a little wonky, but like the real Orca. In comparison to what I've seen from people that I know that have an actual Orca, at least when doing some stuff like palm fans, the blade makes it fan a little bit wonky, which is simply just due to like the shape and the fact that it's actually somewhat of a short blade. Like JK Balis, I usually have a short blade in comparison to the handles. You can kind of see that here, where you've got a little bit longer than normal on the end. But also, one thing I've learned is that these things come unethically sharp. Now, it's been a while since I've said a balisong is unethically sharp, but I literally mean like this brushed my pinky like after the unboxing, and like gave me a little bit of a kissing, let's say. It bit me a little bit, and gave me a nibble. For using YouTube safe terminology. But then on top of that, I think also, it wasn't even like bad, but like it just barely touched me. And like you can do like this wavy pattern on paper, right? If you want to cut it, you can change direction on the paper. It's kind of terrifying, and you can make really, really thin, like this kind of thick slices of paper when slicing the paper. So it's unethically sharp. The tip is sharp. The only one saving grace is that it has a fairly long choil here, which is nice for the grail knives. And to be honest, it's a little bit intimidating to flip because I've not dulled it yet. I haven't decided if it's going to be a mainstay in my collection, despite it being really pretty. And there probably won't be a restock for a little while, other than the grey ones in the link in the comment pinned. There probably won't be a restock for a little while. I heard, no polished for the next like 3 months or so, which is a long time, and it's like, for like what a frustration, what a mix-up. That's rather unfair, rather unfortunate, I should say. But yeah, for the time being, I'm going to keep it sharp. I'm going to see how it is. How does it compare with the V1 Orca? They both feel like Orcas. This feels just simply like a refinement of that. The handles feel fairly similar in the hands. Although I think aesthetically the V1 handles look a bit better, but the V2 blade is absolutely killer. Yeah, please excuse any background noise. But yeah, it is honestly one of my... I wouldn't say it's a contender for my favorite. It doesn't like immediately gel with me, It's not like a serif or something, but it definitely does have that nice little kick of... It's a bit thicker. It's a fantastic EDC, like if you need something sharp. I don't know how well the blade will hold up, but it does get a very sharp edge. It's, you know, 2 screws, set and forget, basically. You know, very, very beefy build. You know, it's thick titanium. It's well made, right? It's well milled. The milling lines are all actually quite clean. It's starting to wear in nicely as well. Sorry, I have to like half look at what I'm actually doing in real life whilst flipping, not just flipping through the camera. I do find some moves to be a little bit tricky to do. Just some of the fan stuff, to be honest. It's obviously it's a... Is it a heavy knife? It doesn't feel like it's a heavy knife, and I couldn't tell you its actual weight. But it definitely does carry a fair bit of momentum, and also it's just, that blade is... It's disgustingly sharp. Like, you know, I've not dulled my Tsunami, right? My Tsunami is still, you know, other than I've used it to cut a little bit, you know, it'll just about get by cutting paper now, but, you know, it's only been dulled from normal flipping. Whereas, you know, this I'm not scared to like, you know, basically do all the tricks and, like, you know, have it touch. I can even touch the live blade a little bit, you know, and I'm fine. I wouldn't dare do that with this, right? And if you wanted to see like a little size comparison between, you know, fairly standard size balisong, like the Tsunami and the Orca, you can see the handles are a little bit shorter on the Orca and the blade is a fair bit shorter, but obviously everything is also a little bit thicker. And so it's one of those situations where I honestly quite enjoy the Orca V2 clone. I think it's a fantastic value for money, especially at a similar, if not slightly cheaper price than the Orca, than the Tsunami, sorry. Which, would I say it's understandable why? When it comes to performance, yes. When it comes to material cost, maybe not. Maybe this is just a more difficult design to manufacture, but I don't know. I feel like the blade on the Orca probably should be a little bit more difficult to manufacture, especially as there is more material in the Orca, and so you'd think the unit cost is a little bit higher, especially like this you know, this really cool bit. But overall, can I recommend this to people who are interested in Orca? Yeah, to be honest, like, yeah, this thing is really, really cool. I wish it took regular thickness bushings, but it seems like they have also copied the, you know, washer thickness of using the really, really thick washers that JK uses, which is fine, but I just wish that they would upgrade from their like brass or bronze washers over to, you know, phosphor bronze. So that is my one wish, that they would use a mix of copper in here, you know, rather than just brass and potentially tin. I doubt it's kind of like a B20 bronze or whatever. That seems way too expensive for what they do, right? That's probably where they cut some of the costs, right, on the washers, despite washers being fairly inexpensive. But if you can find washers that are the right thickness, you know, if you buy one of these and you measure it up, I'm sure you could improve your flipping experience. But yeah, it takes oil fairly well. It feels a little jangly before you add oil. I guess I'm just still in the kind of wearing in process, and so that's kind of where we will be for a little while. So I guess we'll leave it at that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry about the slow video content. I've been excruciatingly busy, but you know, I'm trying to keep on top of it just for you guys. So yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe. Consider becoming a channel member. You get early access to some videos. And I will catch you guys, I guess, in the next one. Peace.